What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Let's go ahead and break down some of my favorite video editing apps, I guess, on really any iPhone that you can download. Now these range from basic apps to more intensive things. A lot of these are great for if you want to film a quick video, if you want to just edit a TikTok or Instagram video or whatever. These are great for these things. There is one app that's paid, which is called LumaFusion. Now this is obviously not a free one, but it's like $10 or $15, $20 something. A very good app. I have used it to edit videos on this channel, which is pretty wild. So if you want to, you can always get it. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but that is the one I've used before. But specifically starting off, one of my favorite, these are pretty much all the apps that I'm going to hit on. These will also be linked down below. Starting off, iMovie is a cult classic. This is the OG of video editors for our iPhones, and it comes pre-installed with a lot of devices. So if you just, if you've never seen it before, you can always swipe down on your, Spotlight search, type in iMovie, and you should be able to see it. If not, it's a free download. You can download it straight from the App Store. And this is one of those, apps that, I use Final Cut Pro to edit my videos. And this thing is very close to Final Cut Pro. So there's a lot of different features. There's a lot of different capability within this specific video editor. And if I just go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and just create a sample video real quick. That way I don't have to rely on a bunch of other videos that I've done before. So let's just say I have this random video that I'm editing. Well, one good thing about iMovie is you can always open up these specific videos within the iMovie app. And I guess I don't have that capability anymore. So within iMovie, if I click on video, if I click on recording videos, you'll see I have this one video that I just recorded. So I can just bring in this whole entire video and click create movie. And you'll see a ton of different features that are built in straight from this specific video. So maybe I have to bring it back in. And there's always a ton of glitches and random things that happen, but it's totally okay. So once you have this video pulled in, you'll see that you can go ahead and edit it as you normally would. Now there's a lot of different things in it. If I go and click on the video itself, you can see I can trim this video down. I can go ahead and change the speed of this video and kind of, add a freeze frame and different things like that. If I go and click the audio, you can change the audio level of this specific video. So if I wanted to mute it, I have that capability. You can always add more assets over this specific video as well. So let's say I wanted to add a photo over this specific, portion. I can always just click that plus button, and let's just say I go ahead and click on, something like TikTok. I can go ahead and bring in whatever this video is or whatever it is. I don't even know where it's at. I can go ahead and bring in this specific video over that one. I can go and bring it here. I can also bring it over like this. You can also change the duration of all these things as well, which is really cool. On top of this, like I mentioned before, you can add text over these things. You can add filters as well. And my favorite thing about this is that the exporting process is very easy. Once you have the video set up, it just takes a couple minutes for you to, it just takes a couple seconds for you to export it depending on the size of the video. So this is my first app I would recommend pretty much everyone to use. If you have an iPhone, it is by far one of my favorite video editing apps. Now next up we have Video Leap. Now this one I was kind of hesitant on even downloading in the first place, but since then since I downloaded, a ton of tutorials I've created rely on this video editor, and it's a very easy one if you're planning on doing basic things like editing a TikTok video or different things like that. So I guess it now requires us to use our Apple ID or something like that. I don't know why now all of a sudden. Now within this specific video editor, there are actually a ton of more capabilities, I think, than what is capable on iMovie. So within here, if I go ahead and bring in a random video like this one, for example, I click add to this project, you can see the layout is roughly around the same, but we do get, I think, a couple of more features. So we get a lot of these things at the bottom. Now some of these are pro features. With iMovie, everything is built in automatically. Within this one, I think it's great, but like I mentioned, it's really only good for TikTok videos in my opinion. I think if you try to do any massive videos, you may find some issues here and there from what I've seen. I've also had this app crash on me a couple of times, but overall the features are great. You can also click the settings icon up here, change a couple things out. If you're ready, let's say you're done adjusting, you can add filters like before, effects. There's a lot of different cool little things within this. And for a free version of software, there's also a pro version. This is actually a pretty decent version of software. Now when you're ready, you can always export this video out. You can change the resolution and stuff. You can also export it out to 4K resolution, which is awesome. And you can also change the frames per second. So if you want to go up to 60, you can. And those are some really cool things you have. So whenever you're ready, you can go and click here and export it out. And that's essentially how you go ahead and use Video Leap. And that's one of my favorite video editors. And those two are the main ones I would recommend. Now next up, we do have Capcut. Now this is another one of those video editors which I've seen to be pretty decent. I know a lot of tutorials base their videos off this specific, app as well. And I think it's great. It's not perfect, but for the most part, for a free editor, it brings a lot of capability and I think even more features than iMovie, but about the same features as, Video Leap. So as you can see, essentially the same thing. You can edit up the video, chop it down. You can add audio. You can add text over the video. You can add all these other effects and filters and different things like that. You can also click adjust. And I'm curious to see, so you can change, this is a big one. You can change the brightness of these specific, videos as well. So if you want to go ahead and increase the brightness, you have that capability as you can see. You can also change the contrast around of a video. And these are things that I don't really think a lot of other video editors actually have that capability of. So that's another really massive thing. I can go and click hey, okay here. And from here, you can go ahead and change up whatever you need to. And again, this is another very cool little thing that I haven't really seen before, being able to change up essentially the coloring filter of your specific video. So again, this one has essentially the same output, texture. So you can go and click up here and you can export this out to 1080p, 720p, whatever you want to export it at. I did not see a 4K resolution export, but again, a very, very good version of software that I would recommend you guys to download. And lastly, we have Filmmaker Pro. So again, this will be linked down below. And this is something like, I guess it tries to be like a Final Cut Pro, kind of like, I don't really know what the best way to phrase it. But when you're ready, you can go and click this plus button. You want to create a new project essentially. And whenever you're ready, you want to go and essentially click whichever video you want. So let's just say landscape for this specific, situation. And now you can go ahead and bring in whatever video you want to and all that stuff. So in this case, we want to go and click plus. We want to allow access to all photos, and I think I screwed that up. So I'm going to go ahead and enable it. So at this point, you can go ahead and bring in whatever video you wanted to. So in this case, we'll just bring in this specific video that I just filmed. You can also choose whichever video you want to, as you guys saw before. And here's this video. So unlike the other ones, which also you can put in landscape, this one is natively in landscape, which I think is cool. And from here, you can change up this video however you want to. So again, you can go ahead and add music over this specific video. You can also bring in files from your Files app, so you can download videos and audio and bring them over this. You can add text like before. You can add whatever these are, illustrations and drawings and stuff, which I think is really cool. You can also add more assets over this. So again, if you want to add a photo next or a video next, you have that capability within this specific app as well. The only gripe with this, in my opinion, is that you can't export in 4K unlike the other ones. You can go up to 60 frames per second though, which I think is cool, but I think ultimately the best one for you, in my opinion, and to be honest, like out of all of these right here, iMovie may be the one for you. I think that will probably do the job. I don't think it's perfect, like I mentioned, and it probably has the least amount of features than all of these, but I think it's a great place to start. For those of you who want to just, install an app and move on, iMovie is probably the one. It's completely free. There's no trial version. There's no pro version. It's just the app and you download it. Video Leap is great for those of you who, make a bunch of TikTok videos and rely on following a bunch of tutorials. Because Video Leap is used in a bunch of different tutorials that I've made and other people have made, Video Leap may be the one for you. Capcut is another amazing app as well, and Filmmaker Pro is great as well, but this is the hierarchy, this is the ranking I would essentially put these at. iMovie number 1, Video Leap number 2, Capcut number 3, and Filmmaker Pro at number 4. So that's essentially it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.